Hey guys, Jared here with a Gameovation video. Now as we all know, we've got a brand new Mario game in the form of Super Mario Wonder, and oh my god, this is just a complete trip. I don't think I can go into any specifics of what type of trip it may be, as I may get demonetized, but I'm sure you guys can fill in the gaps. But oh my god, what is going on with this game? There is so much to unpack and so much to unravel. However, I am going to be unpacking all of the brand new enemies that we are going to be getting in the game, and I'm going to just light-heartedly rank them based on their appearance and what seems to be their functionality in the game itself. If this is your first video here, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, as it helps out the channel more than you can imagine, and yay, it makes me feel pretty good as well. So first things first, we're starting with these walking piranha plants, and I both love and absolutely hate them. I think they're kind of cute, but at the same time really horrifying. I think it's just the animation of seeing them pulling themselves out of the pipe and then slowly waddling over towards you. I don't know, but they're kind of cute as well, because they're kind of really stumpy and got short tiny little feet, so I'm really torn with them. 7 out of 10. Next up is these large balloon purple hippos, and hey, you can't really hate on these guys. They're fun, they're pretty harmless. I bet within the game we're probably going to get some sort of level that's going to have loads of cliff edges. You've got to really accurately bounce off these guys, but it looks like absolute chaos, and I mean, in the best possible way. So hey, 8 out of 10 from me. Now, Gloomers aren't a new enemy by any means, but we just haven't seen them in so many years, so I'm just going to include them in this, and I'm going to give them, they're pretty ugly, aren't they? I mean, I like some of their facial expressions, but they're not the best looking. They're a bit sore to the eye, if you know what I mean. That's going to be a 3 out of 10 from me. Now, we got these weird green, spiky, spiny kind of snail slug creatures, and is it weird to say that they kind of remind me of like a Rayman villain? I don't know why, but it just kind of gives me Rayman 1 vibes, but I don't really get the point of them because they jump up and they're not very accurate. They're not very, they don't really pose much of a threat, do they? I mean, the timing is completely off, so like, what threat do they possibly pose? And they're not really that creative of a design, are they? So, I don't know, 4 out of 10. And then we've got this big grey cloud with teeth, and, well, you know, that's not too bad. I know it's a simple design, but something about it's kind of appealing. 5.5, 5.5, yep, that sounds about right. And now we've got the hot pink Koopas who have rollerblades, and that is, that's genius. Absolutely, stop the press. We've cracked a fantastic design here. I know, I'm a sucker for really stupid, goofy designs. I know it's just pink Koopas with rollerblades on, but something about it really does appeal to me. That is definitely a 9.5 out of 10. Oh my god, we've got a tall, skinny Goomba. That's kind of nightmare fuel, ever so slightly. I'm not a fan of that. It's only its shadow or its silhouette we can see. I imagine this will just be what it is. I don't think we're ever going to see an actual real version of this, but it's still kind of horrifying. I don't like it. 4.5 out of 10. Oh hey, there's a little spider creature falling from the sky. I guess that's a new enemy, right? I mean, it looks pretty boring. It's just like a black and yellow spider. 2 out of 10. Oh, we got some really colourful looking like rhino, triceratops kind of animal creature things. Is Triceratops the right creature I'm thinking of, or the right dinosaur I'm thinking of? I might be wrong on that, and I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section below. But they look pretty fun. They're pretty colourful. It looks like it'll be a bit of a hard challenge. I can't quite make out. Do you bounce off these guys, or can you just... No, you can stay stationary on top of them, so... It looks interesting. It looks like you'll be completely screwed if you fall within some of the gaps, but hey, they look pretty fun. Let's give them a 6.5 out of 10. I would say that's pretty fair. Actually, no, let's give them a 7.5 out of 10. I really like them. So we get a very quick glance at this weird chipmunk-looking creature with a shell on its back that's kind of running away from Princess Peach. I'm gonna guess this is some sort of enemy that, if you catch them, they give you like some coins or stuff like that. Just, you know, that sort of classic traditional enemy. He's not very interesting looking. He just looks like a very tall chipmunk with big yellow cheeks. Yeah, I know, he looks fun enough. Let's give him a 6 out of 10. Oh my god, we've got inflatable frogs. These balloon-looking creatures. Look at their faces. They got little chubby faces and they're massive lips as well. Oh my god. It looks like what you just bounce off them. There's like a pink one as well, moving in the opposite direction. So maybe that one's like a bit faster than the other ones. Oh my god, I love these pieces. 10 out of 10. Easy. Best design by far. I bet this level is going to be so hard. So when I play this, I'm probably going to absolutely despise them. Okay, so this next enemy kind of reminds me a bit like Hammer Bro. So maybe it's going to be within that species, the bro species, if you were. And it looks like its only purpose in life is to push pipes. And from what it seems like, Daisy is pushing back on this person. So it doesn't seem to be doing its job very well. Maybe when you're like in a smaller form, you can't push back. You can only push back when you've got like a mushroom or something. But I don't really understand. It's got a cool design, sure, but I don't get it. Like it pushes pipes. I think surely your job's very limited within the Mario universe when all you got to do is push pipes. I like the design, but it's kind of stupid at the same time, so 4 out of 10. Wiggler with rollerblades! Stop the press again, and we've got the rollerblades back in action. I really can't give this much of a high score. It hasn't even got the hot pink shell on it. It's just a Wiggler with rollerblades on. But hey, he's living his best life. This looks like some sort of racing level. If I were a betting man, that's what I would say. Yeah, Wiggler, rollerblades, 7.5 out of 10. And I just noticed these weird little, like, Goomba-looking tall mushroom fly trap kind of creatures. They look pretty cool, right? I got no idea how you would go about killing them, but they've got a really fun design, actually. Something about it really appeals to me. 8 out of 10. Okay, so now we got our first underwater enemy, and I hate underwater enemies. I've not got a phobia of like underwater levels, but I also rather not play them. So any underwater enemy, I'm not a big fan of. And these guys just look kind of weird. They're like smiling at you, and they got this big empty white eyes. I don't like them. The design is a bit messy as well. They're kind of like a dark purple, but then they've got like yellow and orange spikes. They kind of remind me of what that American candy. What is that? I can't remember what the name of that candy is. Oh, what is it? I don't know, but I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. That is it corn candy? Candy corn? Something like that? Anyway, 5.5 out of 10. Next up, we have this sort of stack tower of Goombas, but it kind of looks like bamboo instead. It's nothing amazing. I mean, it's a little bit more creative than just having Goombas stacked up on top of each other, you know? So, it's kind of creative in that way, but it's also not doing too much for me. I don't know, 4.5 out of 10. Now, I've got no idea what these guys are. They're like these weird pink swirly things. They look like they're going to be the biggest pain to have to deal with in the game, and I'm sure they probably come in way later. It looks like some sort of weird, like, fantasy dream world they're in. I don't know, but they look so messy and all over the place. But it's kind of pretty in a way, because they leave a little sparkly trail behind them. I don't know. 5 out of 10. Now we've got Bowser Jr. and he looks pretty cool. I've got to admit, I really like this iteration of Bowser Jr. He's like covered in these neon colors. It's just everything about it looks like kind of like inverted colors almost, and like how his little mouth is actually like sort of turned into his mouth scarf, should I say, is turned into like an actual mouth. It is a really cool design. Definitely the coolest Bowser Jr. has ever looked. I love it. 8 out of 10. Now next up we have these weird like rocket missile bullet bill kind of things. I never know the names of all of these different ones, but it looks like a new sort of rocket design, and it looks really fun. It looks like it'll be really tricky to navigate these guys. I've always loved the bullet bill design. I don't love these as much as the normal bullet bill, but you know what? I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10. And that is all the enemies ranked in the new Super Mario Wonder game. I cannot wait for this game. I think it looks absolutely amazing. It looks so interesting and creative, and cannot wait to get my hands on it, although I do kind of hate those talking flower things. I think they're going to get very annoying very quickly. But what do you guys think of my rankings? Do you agree with any of them, or do you perhaps disagree with some of them? Be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe to All Things Nintendo.